person's character that determines how they act. All right? If a person tries to hide and cover up and be deceptive, it's because their character, that's the way their character is. Then their character, there's a deceptiveness, and so that's why they try to scheme and hide. It's a character thing. All right, so character determines behavior, and behavior demonstrates character. All right, behavior demonstrates character. So your character determines how you act, but how you act shows what your character is like. So it's a connection there. All right. So secondly, we're going to look at the fact that character, and then you can turn to 2 Peter chapter 1. All right? The development, character development is development is an incident that causes someone to change or progress, and it's a process. So development is what? An incident that causes you to change, right? So God is going to be doing stuff in our lives, and not next week, but the last week, I want to show you how there's quite about 5 things that have to be working in your life for your character really to get developed. And if you leave either one of those things out, you will have a messed up character. But that's not today. All right? So development is an incident that causes someone to change or progress, a process. All right? 2 Peter 1, 5 through 7. All right. Now, in Peter lists 8 dimensions of character, of practical character development, okay? 8 dimensions of it. And we want to look at it. And we've emphasized the word practical. There's a reason. Now, first of all, look at verse number 5 of Peter. 2 Peter. It says, but also for this very reason, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, to virtue knowledge, to knowledge self-control, to self-control perseverance, to perseverance godliness, to godliness brotherly kindness, and to brotherly kindness love. All right. Now, let's go back to the beginning of it. Why is diligence? Development cannot take place without diligence. All right. Diligence is to act with speed or haste. All right. Your character development cannot take place if you're lazy. All right. If you're lazy, you're not going to develop your character, because that means you're not going to be very aggressive about having change to take place in your life for the better. All right. Now, character development involves growth in eight practical dimensions. 8 practical dimensions, and we're going to look at them in a few moments. Now, the reason I want to emphasize practical, because the things that Peter lists here are things you have to practice. A lot of times people are trying to develop character by what we call theoretical or theory, meaning that they know information, they know stuff. But listening, information will not develop character. What develops character is you practicing something. Character is not developed by me just knowing stuff. Isn't that right? Character is not developed by me knowing stuff. So I can get a bunch of books and I can read all day long. I can listen to stuff all day long. And theoretically, in other words, I can know about character and know how it's supposed to go and know what's included in developing it. But unless I get into what it's about and begin to exercise the route of it, then I will not develop in character. In other words, character is what? Thoughts, speech, decisions, habits, and behavior. All of that's in the system. So how do we develop in thoughts? We have to start practicing the way God tells us to think. So we'll start talking the way God tells us to talk. So we will what? Behave the way that Jesus behaved. Now, no use nobody putting out, it's impossible to behave like Jesus behaved in character. If that's the case, then why would God say he planned to make us like Jesus? I mean, I don't think God is out on wasting his time. So, see, that's the hope we have, folks. Wherever we are now, whatever our character happens to be now, whatever level of development we happen to have now, whatever our maturity happens to be now, we know that if we stick with God, we're never going to stay the same. You understand that? If we stick with God, we are not going to be the same. We are going to change. That is a bona fide guarantee. We are going to change. You don't like something about your character, stick with God, and I'll guarantee you God will straighten it up and change it. Hallelujah. That's a guarantee. That's a guarantee. That is a guarantee. You may feel like you have gone through the grinder, but so be it. God will make you a promise. Stick with me, and I will change your character. Hallelujah. He says, stick with me, I will change your character, and then you will know how to operate in your gift in a way that honors me, because your character will be a director of it. Your character will tell you, don't show off with that. Don't try to highlight it like you the biggie on the block.